Hello, this is James Sentman doing a little first light of a XBee radio here with XTension. XTension is home automation software for the Macintosh. Been playing with these XBee radios a lot lately, and they have a really nice API protocol that's documented absolutely beautifully in the Building Wireless Sensor Networks book by Robert Haludi that allowed me to write a connection for XTension, which lets you control all the inputs and outputs and receive analog values and whatever else. It doesn't require a lot of external stuff, mostly just power supply and switches, so it looks kind of scary on the breadboard, but it's not that bad. This is the radio that's connected to the digital I/O stuff demoed on the board here, and here's my XBee that's connected to XTension via USB. And so that's doing the receiving. You can see the little polling light flashing there, and when I send signals it's going to turn, the red light will flash. But I have units configured for a CDS cell, which is giving me an analog input. There's an input on this switch. There is an input for this PIR, which is flashing every time I move in front of it. This is just a 5-volt PIR. It's connected up to the 5-volt power supply and a digital input on the XBee. No other hardware required. I also have some scripts, because these also have a serial port on them. That's a TTL level serial port, not an RS-232 port, so you can't use it directly for things like a CM11, although you could theoretically if you had a level shifter, which you can also get from SparkFun. I have the serial port of that connected to this VFD display right now. So let's go ahead and look at these things. You can see the analog value coming from the CDS cell here right now is pinned at 1020, but if I shade that with my fingers, I will start to receive all kinds of different values for that analog input. Like that, and you can see the PIR goes off every time I move. The switch is connected to input number 2, and there it's on and off and on and off. The default of these has the pull-up resistors and everything you need, so it's just connected to ground, any switch connected to ground. If it's going to be a long distance from here, or if it's going to be, you need to measure something else, you can put a switch or a relay or a transistor on that or whatnot. The outputs, I can select my output device here and turn on. Right now I've just got an LED. I can turn that on and off. And the way these radios work is mesh networking. They're XBee radios. So you can have as many of these as you want. They're addressed via the 4 unique bytes of the address in hex, and then the pin, or input, in XTension. So you can address any number of these radios connected to one host on the computer. You can pepper them everywhere that you need to. And if you have range problems, you just add one in the middle and it will route from one to the other. Let's look at the serial output. What it does is it exposes the serial as encapsulated over the radio to a port on the local machine. So you can assign this radio to port 10,005, which is what I've done on the Mac, and then I can connect to it with XTension and a DIY interface, which is what I've done right here. I can send some data to it. Hello world. Or you can connect with any program that will connect to a TCP port. And again, all of those can come out to different ports. It's configurable inside of XTension. We can run a little program in XTension and we can turn that into a clock. There it goes. And put that anywhere. It's not finished yet. We need significant change globals for the analog inputs and probably a bunch of other stuff, but it is working and it's going to be really neat. I like these radios a lot.